Welcome into Arkansas Sports. Now, glad to have you along here as we're going to talk just what's going on in Arkansas sports today and also what's happened over the weekend. It has been, it's been a busy week.
Very.
High school basketball teams trying to get caught up, and it's just been wild. Justin Smith over here with me, and
what's up, guys?
He's pushing all the buttons over there. He says, "I don't like to be on camera.
I don't."
So
nobody wants to see my ugly mug anyway.
So you get to see my bald head. So anyway, like I said, we're glad to have you along. Excited to be here again. We're going to talk rankings today. Going to talk a little bit of Arkansas Razorbacks, too, as they picked up a victory over Mississippi State. Really good win.
Very good win. Their cuff looked great. The whole team just played really good against Mississippi State. We needed to win at Starkville bad.
Don't get too many 20-point wins on the road.
No, not in the SEC. Few. Even against Mississippi State, even when they're down, you're not – 10-point win if you're lucky at Starkville, but here they just came out swinging for the fences.
Yep, they played well.
That last second three at the half, I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, this game's gonna go our way.
Yeah, definitely. It was good. It was a good deal. So anyway, Arkansas wins, and we'll talk about them and just kind of what the rest of the schedule looks like. I was having a conversation with my cousin Sean Caldwell yesterday during the Super Bowl. And
How's old Shawnee boy doing?
Well, he's telling me Arkansas is going to go 2-6 down the stretch. I don't know where you're pulling that, but whatever. You have to understand that dynamic there. Yeah. You just have to understand it.
Sean's had his heart broken one too many times.
Exactly. That's exactly right. He's had his heart broken too many times, so he is not going to set himself up for disappointment.
Does he even get excited about baseball anymore?
No, this is the thing. I wonder. And seriously, in the comments, let us know this. Do you know somebody like this that, especially when it comes to the Razorbacks or their favorite team, their favorite season is the next one?
Yeah.
Right? It's the one that you haven't lost any games in, and so you're now. It's like it's my favorite season because I haven't lost any. But when they lose 2 or 3, it's like. Blow it up.
On to the next one.
Yes, exactly. It's time to start building optimism for the next one. So, and football season's 2 seasons out. So you've got a little bit of optimism, which he did tell me some stuff that came out of the coaching clinic.
He went up there?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. There was a lot of good things coming out of the coaching clinic.
I'd like to hear what he has to say about that.
Yeah. He was impressed. That was good. I was excited to hear that. But
look, he's hard to impress. Like I got to give it, I've known Sean a long time, and he ain't just taking it with a grain of salt.
Right.
You got to really be impressive.
Right.
To impress him because he's that's how he is.
We got a few laughs out of that one. People enjoyed that. I'm serious. It's just the way it is. Arkansas baseball opens up this weekend too.
Yahoo!
And I'm more of I've definitely learned as time has went on to live within the moment a little bit. Basketball season. People don't realize basketball plays 30 games, right?
Yeah.
Or 35 or whatever it ends up being. Sometimes it ends up being 39 or 40.
Yep.
Basketball season lasts 5 months.
Yeah, it does.
And if you go to the Final Four, it's 6 months, half the year. Do you realize that?
It's a lot of time.
Basketball season, of course, in high school basketball season, once you get to high school basketball season, the school year's over.
Mm-hmm.
Because basketball season goes by so fast. You've got your Thanksgiving break, your Christmas break. You've got all of it. It's cut up. And then it goes out, and if your team makes it to the state tournament, they make it all the way into March. If they make it to the finals, that's the week before spring break.
Yeah.
And then once spring break it's over,
You can imagine how the small schools feel that they just have basketball. I mean, they play more games than everybody. So their season's really starting in October.
Well, you know what? Speaking of that, I got to pull up the standings now because there were some things I saw when I was doing the rankings, but there is one team out there right now that's played 35 games already. I think it's Bay.
That doesn't surprise me, but
Bay is at 22-13, and so 35 games. Of course, there are teams that do play it's not been. I think it's happened. I think it has happened that there's been a team or two that has made it to 50.
That's nuts.
50 games in a year.
Props on them for wanting to get after and get in the gym.
Well, think about Bay right now at 35. They've still got a few regular season games left. Then you got district tournament. Then you got regional tournament state. So if they made it through all the way, I mean, they could push that 50 mark.
Yeah, they could push that 50 mark. That's nuts.
There's a lot. There's some things. I'll tell you. We can get into rankings a little bit now, but I did not have time to change it now, and I'm not saying I'm going to, but I had somebody email me, and he had a rundown of the Mountain View girls and the Greenland girls and how they stack up. And it wasn't like, hey, you guys suck. You don't know what you're doing. All of this other stuff. It was, hey, this is the case for each team. Look at it. I'm okay. I can do that.
Yeah, that is acceptable. Just telling us we don't know what we're talking about because we don't watch enough games.
Right.
That ain't it.
I'm a reasonable person. I'll say that. I'm a reasonable person. You can reason with me.
Kelton Jones talking about the Mountainburg Hector. We'll get there, buddy.
Yeah.
That was a big time game there.
Huge game there. Yeah, huge game. When I played at Mountainburg, the gym was never that loud. It was a big win for my dad and the Dragons. Well, Kelton, me and you have something in common, sir. I was a Mountainburg Dragon myself one time. Was. 1999. Now I'm gonna pull a Duran Miller here. I'm gonna go down the glory hole. 1999, the Greenland Pirates come into Carl D. Rogers Gymnasium, and we were sitting in the conference at that time. I think we were third that year. Now we had won back-to-back conference championships there at Mountainburg, 96 and 97. But that was when that Shiloh Christian didn't play in the they were in the conference, but nobody played them because there was a football allegation of recruiting. They actually caught them in recruiting and all this stuff, right?
Good.
Right. At that time, 96, I think is when it happened. So there was a boycott amongst all the teams. So
I remember that.
When it would come down to it, they would have they would have a vote for the district tournament, and it was, you play your round robin, but they would vote, and every time Mountainburg, we won the round robin without minus Shiloh. Mm-hmm. We won the round robin, and we ended up finishing second in the conference. And then we played the district tournament, and somehow we played the home team both times in the district tournament, first round. We lost those games. We were in the semifinals, but we lost those games. Yeah. And the top seed lost those games, so we ended up as the 4 seed in the regional after all of that. Yeah. So Greenland comes to Mountainburg Dragon Gymnasium, Carl D. Rogers Gymnasium, and had a really good team that year. Played 13 guys, Coach Dan Farmer. There at Greenland, the clapping guy.
Yeah.
Everything was clapping, right? And that was definitely, everybody made fun of him at that time. I've since had a chance to talk to him. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is. I've seen him. I say recently, maybe a few years. Anyway, Dan Farmer had a heck of a team. They had beaten us 3 times that year already. We had played them in the Greenland tournament. Or 2 times that year. We had played them in the Greenland tournament. We played them at their home, and they had beaten us. And they came to Carl D. Rogers Gymnasium. We put a whooping on them. And that was the best game that I had ever played. 31 points that night. That was my career high, and it was a lot of fun. So, anyway, Rabbit Trail Glory,
hole.
Right?
Got a good crowd watching us. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back.
That's it.
John, Mr. Legacy Nicholson.
Oh, man.
He says he can't hear at the moment, but he's watching. I don't know why. Are we not coming through? It says we are. I got everything connected right. So.
Well, here I can find out real quick. Yeah,
we're coming through. Oh.
All right. Anyway, so enough with my illustrious career there. Anyway, we're going to talk rankings, and yes, one of the big wins on Friday night was Mountainburg Dragons' last second shot. Not just a last second shot, but a ball in the air, buzzer goes off, ball goes in the hoop. No chance of getting another. That's that kind of last second shot. 3-pointer that went down, and that was a big win for Mountainburg. Big win for Mountainburg, and I know that some Mountainburg might be a little bit disappointed they're still not in the top 10, but not because they're not good. In fact, man, the more I look at these tournaments, there is there's going to be.
There's so many great teams, and there's going to be some upsets. There's going to be some. I mean, not everybody's going to lose a 1 seed, but there's going to be some districts that lose 1 seed for regional. It's going to happen.
Russell says he can't wait to hear about that Ozark and Pottsville game in that conference. I think,
buddy, that was a game.
Right.
Man.
Let me see where Russell's from. Where's Russell from?
The good news is that Pottsville still has that tiebreak. So.
Well, and that is something that we're going to talk about as well on the rankings, okay? Because here's the thing, and this is not just pertaining to Pottsville, but you have this has happened down through the rankings. You got Team A beats Team B. Team B beats Team A. They might have played 3 times. So at a non-conference game, like 2 conference teams playing in a tournament or whatever. But one team has won 1, the other team has won 1. One team won by 30 or 25, and one team won by 6. That was the most recent game, though, and they're close in the rankings. Ozark, but my
Russell,
sister.
Who's your sister? Miss Ham?
All right.
That's awesome. If that's your sister, she's a nice lady.
Anyway, all that being said, a lot of people say, well, we just beat them. Well, I understand that. But also, in the case of Ozark and Pottsville went to Ozark and won by 9.
Mm-hmm.
Ozark won by 3.
Yep.
Correct? At Pottsville. Here's
great game. Yeah, both of them were great games.
The thing is it's always going to work itself out. It always does. It always does. Let's talk about it.
I want to see him again in district. Let's hit 1A first.
Let's do 1A. Let's do 1A right now.
1A girls.
Duran Miller's in with us. He went.
Oh, Miss Bly. She's nice, too.
Duran went down the glory hole with us. Oh, I love it. I mean,
Duran, you could be sitting there next to him if you get your butt over here. I mean,
well, today's not his day. He's got to work today. Oh. Well, hopefully he'll come over here and talk with us, though. That'd be great. Come over and talk with us this week. But anyway, Earl at the top now. Earl did lose.
They did.
They lost to Pulaski Academy.
We were wondering if they were even going to play that game, but
yeah,
a 1A losing to a 4A, that's acceptable.
The number 2 team in 4A, by the way.
Yeah, the number 2 team in 4A. Let's see, what's that score?
64-54.
That's acceptable.
So I left. The thing is, I left Earl at 1 because Earl has only got 2 losses on the year, and if you look at their wins versus
their margin of victory is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's up there. Although the 25-18 score with Mark Tree was real. That was legit.
Real.
That was legit.
What happened? Did their best player get hurt? All 3 of them?
I don't know.
I mean, I've seen the Earl boys showing off in some videos, but yeah, you got to leave Earl there. I mean, their margin. I think I calculated at one point their margin of victory. I think when they played Armorel last with that 103-19 win, 103-19.
That's wild.
Say that again, 103-19.
Well,
their margin of victory was 30 points a game at that point.
Oh, Misty Christian sent us some stars. I know Misty.
Thanks,
Misty was at, so she can verify the Mountainburg Dragon Greenland Pirate game in 1999 where I scored 31 points that night. She was at the game. She can verify. She probably don't remember that part, but I promise.
Dragons and Wildcats played one of the hardest games I've seen in a long time. Yeah. It looked like a great game. I watched like the last 3 or 4 minutes of it on the Cat TV, and man, what a game!
Yeah. All right, so let's get down the rankings here. Westside Greers Ferry, County Line. County Line's playing really good basketball right now on the girls' side. Mark Tree. Left Mark Tree, they lost to Earl, but again, you're losing to Earl. You lost by 7.
And the score, they only 25-18 on that score. So, that's nuts.
Some of the boys and I are watching you right now. Hey, all right. Well, hey, Mountainburg Dragons, welcome from a former Mountainburg Dragon, right? Mark Tree is one of those teams right now that I could see them making it all the way out. That regional there, you got Earl, Westside Greers Ferry, Mark Tree are all going to be in the same regional.
That's nuts.
3 of the top 4. So that's going to be interesting. Jasper got the bump this week. They got the bump up to number 5.
Yep.
Number 5 in the state. And, man, the 1A, when you take that top 4, in my opinion, has separated themselves, and then you can take that bottom 5 and you can put them in any kind of order you want. Viola Norfolk is a very fine example of what I've been talking about, where
it could go either way.
Where they played each other 2 or 3 times. You know, the margins of victories are not much different there. You know, it's just, you know, it's really hard. Viola did come through with the last victory. And then Lafayette County, let me go in here and just see, just so I don't lie to you here. Lafayette County, and I say it Lafayette. I don't know if it's Lafayette. Is that how they say it down there?
No, it's Lafayette.
Lafayette down there? Okay. Anyway, Lafayette County's sitting at like 18-4. And I know that in the 1A, the South region is not as tough as the northern regions are. But when you're sitting at 18-4 right now,
yep.
You know, 18-5. So they're right behind Taylor at 9-3
yep.
in the conference, 18-5 overall. I mean, when you got a jumble like you do down there at the bottom, you have to.
It's a jumble.
Yeah. So anyway, all right.
Especially because all those girls on those teams know each other
right
so well, because they play softball against each other and basketball against each other. You know, Columbia County and Lafayette, there's not much difference down there.
Right.
They're so close together. You know.
All right. Well, let's go to the boys. At 1A boys, and on the 1A boys, the Earl Bulldogs moved back up to the top.
Yeah.
On that one, Lead Hill is the team right now that has won the ranking, re-rank, and then they right at the right time they decided they were going to start winning.
Yeah.
I say they were going to start winning. They've been winning all year long. They're sitting at 27-5 right now. But they have beaten Jasper twice.
Which is nuts.
They've beaten Jasper twice, and they went to Jasper and won that ball game. And I just felt like that was an appropriate ranking for them to move up. Now, Blevins and Nevada are an interesting combo there. So Nevada loses to Blevins 90-87. They went on and won the rest of the week.
Great game.
Blevins loses to Lafayette County, and if I'm not mistaken, the number was 68-66. Lafayette County beat Blevins after they had beaten Nevada. So we had this little dynamic. And so Jasper falls to 3 because Lead Hill beat them. Lead Hill moves up to 2, and Earl is at 1 here. Blevins versus everybody is what Kelsey Dion Steed says. So, man, I'm going to tell you, let's talk about 1A real quick, and I'm going to give you some teams here that are not in the top 10.
I think
and
Blevins conference season is over with, is it?
Well, it might be.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Well, let me give you some teams here that aren't even in the top 10. I'm going to tell you right now, 1A boys on high school broadcasters, we're going to be working with them as well. We're teaming up for that 1A tournament. So
Taylor's 20-6, not even in the top 10.
Exactly.
11-2 in
so
the league.
I'm getting there. So you got Calico Rock at 24-5. They're not in the top 10. Rural Special sitting at 12-2 in that conference, 19-9 overall. They're not in the top 10 right now. Mark Tree, not a great record, but this is Mark Tree, man. They're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out. They're 10-8. Scranton is at 16-7, not in the top 10 right now. Nemo Vista's got 17 wins. They played a bunch of games, by the way, 32 games for them. Dermott sitting at 16-8 overall, not in the top 10. A lot of people say Brinkley's pretty good too. They're 14-11, but a lot of these records that have a bunch of losses, you also have to consider who they play.
Yeah. They play a tough schedule.
Blevins, Nevada. Kirby fell out of the top 10, right? Mm-hmm. They're not in the top 10, right?
No.
They're 18-6. And I'll tell you another one in that conference right now that's coming on, and that's that freshman group there at Mineral Springs. They're coming on. Nevada beat them, but I think it might have been a 6-point game. And then you got Bearden and Lafayette County. Lafayette County sitting at 10, and as you said, Taylor sitting at 20-6. I'm going to tell you right now,
11-2 in their conference.
the boys 1A tournament is going to be something. It's going to be
insane.
something. And I'm not trying to hype our product up. I'm just telling you.
Well, heck, that South region is going to be so hard to get out of. It ain't even
Correct.
funny.
So here's the thing. This is what you're talking about. Blevins, Nevada, Kirby, Mineral Springs, Bearden, Lafayette County, Taylor. There are 7 teams. There's 4 spots in the state. 3 of those teams are not going to make it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you. Just looking at it, it's going to be really hard to get past Blevins and Nevada.
Yeah.
And it's going to be real hard to get past Bearden and Lafayette County. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to do.
Yeah, it's it's just such good basketball down there because they live, eat, and breathe it. I mean, those none of them schools got football as far as I know, so it's basketball and baseball for those boys. And
Man,
they just live it.
I see a screw up.
Oh, where'd we screw up?
I screwed up. I left CRA out of it. I got to fix that.
CRA.
Crowley's Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We'll get that fixed, man. We'll get that fixed. So let me look here real quick. Let me go in. Now I got to go back into my.
It's just so much.
Right, it is. It is.
So much.
We're ranking 112 teams, I think, overall, and that's because we knocked down the
5 and 6A.
The 5 and 6A.
We had to.
Well, the 6A. The
Yeah.
the 5A is still 10. Let me look here real quick at that. Yeah, I messed it up.
Dang it, Bobby.
Right? Yeah, I messed it up. Let me look here real quick.
Got 80 people watching on Facebook right now, but there's only 6 likes. Come on, what's up with that?
Okay. I'm about to fix it real quick. All right? So just hang with us here. This is also part of it being so good. It's like you can't even keep up with everybody that needs to be in it. Who do we have at 9 there?
9.
Bearden.
Yeah, Bearden, Lafayette County.
Okay, who do we have
10.
at 8 there?
Clarendon.
Okay.
It's just who do we
Okay.
drop?
Right. I'm actually going to fix it. I'm going to send it to you right now. Sorry, Lafayette County. You're not in it now. I'm sorry.
Our bad.
It's an absolute screw up on my part, which,
And they still got a chance to make the state tournament.
well, they're good.
They're good.
They're good.
We've beat this dead horse. The 1A is so deep.
Right.
I mean, really is. There's so many just great teams in 1A girls and boys. It's nuts.
Yep. I'm working on it here. Going to fix it real quick. So hang with us here. I'll tell you what, go to a quick break. Let me go. I promise we'll be right back. This will take 5 seconds to fix, but let me get this fixed.
It's so hot, you're gonna think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not gonna believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
We're back.
All right, we're back. All right, so got that fixed. He's going to put that new ranking up here in just a moment here to let you know. But Crowley's Ridge comes in. You got it there?
Yeah.
Crowley's Ridge comes in at 7. So
Sorry about that.
Anyway, right. And again, now Lafayette County falls out. Even though they beat Blevins, I'm telling you, 1A is going to be something. It's going to be something there. Bearden is at the top of that conference, though, and they have beaten Lafayette County, so we had to give them the edge there. So anyway, that is 1A. Crowley's Ridge, County Line, Clarendon and Bearden. That finishes that out. And again, you've got 4 teams, probably 5 teams there that is going to make a very, very interesting 1A boys basketball tournament. So, all right. Well, let's go to 2A. Girls. By the way, can you give me that monitor there?
Is it not on?
It's not. I just got screen. Maybe you can carry it over. That way I can see it.
My bad.
That's all right. No problem. All right. So 2A girls here, Poen, Riverside, Sloan Hendricks, Quitman.
Now?
Yeah, it's good.
Sweet.
Dirks, Southside, Barton, that top 7. We've talked about that over and over again. Top 7 there. I mean, I think you got a great shot at seeing one of those. And, I mean, obviously, that's not any kind of groundbreaking news there that your top 7, one of those is going to win state, right? Yeah. But, man, you got a really strong group there. It's not just a top 7. It's actually a really strong group there. And, anyway, then you got Akron, Ouachita, and Buffalo Island. And I'm going to tell you, Ouachita and Akron, they're all pretty good. Buffalo Island's not a bad team as well. I mean, you've got a good group of 2A there as well.
You got to be playing your best ball when you're playing them.
Well, you hope that you're playing your best ball going in the state tournament, right?
Yeah.
But here on the girls' side, Ozark Mountain sitting at 24-7, not in the top 10. Let's see here. Tuckerman, 16 wins, not in the top 10. Mammoth Spring, 20 wins, not in the top 10. East Poinsett County, 20 wins, not in the top 10. Let's see here. Mountainburg playing better, 7-2 in the conference right now. They're not in the top 10. Mount Vernon and NOLA, girls, that's a traditional power on the girls' side of things. They're not in the top 10. Southside right now sits at 9-3 in that conference. They're actually behind Mount Vernon and NOLA in that conference. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch there. Let me see here. Quitman sitting there at 14-0. They're solid.
Yeah, they
Salty. 72 points for Demaya Wilson the other night. Barton 16-0 in the conference. Already conference champs. Dirks, Cutter Morningstar 11-1 in that conference right now. They're right behind Dirks. Dirks is a very good basketball team. Poen and Ouachita right there. Ouachita's 12-3 in the conference. They're 28-5 overall, and they're sitting at 9. I mean,
excuse me, sorry.
Poen sets it undefeated right now. Trying to think, is there anybody else beyond, since Hector has lost? Poen and girls are undefeated. And outside of that, I'm not sure there's one other undefeated in the state right now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, Poen, better keep it up, right?
Yeah, good luck.
All right, that's tough. That makes it even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it even harder. Anyway, let's go to boys. I know the Mountainburg folks are waiting, and they're going to be disappointed because they're not in the top 10. But, we have Mountainburg in the top 10.
Yeah.
Cutter was the team that we felt like this time they could jump in the top 10 there. Hector fell to 2. I felt like, number 1, Hector falling on a last-second shot after coming back from –
they were down by like
16, 18 points, something like that at one point. I feel like they might have been down 11 or 12 at the half.
They still got a lot to be proud of, even when they lost there. I mean, that was a tough game.
Tough game. But I'm going to tell you, Mountainburg, man, they played their butts off. And you could see that the gym was electric. Not been in that new gym, so I don't know exactly all the nuances, but it was full. Hector folks were there. Mountainburg folks were obviously there. And it was a great, great atmosphere. And I really expect that those two will play in the regional final there at Mountainburg again.
Yeah.
Plus, you still got the district tournament as well, which is at Hector, by the way.
Yeah, good luck winning there.
So that's going to be an interesting dynamic as we move forward for sure. Sloan Hendricks, solid. England, solid. Barton, solid. Hampton, solid. I think right there you can draw that line, and I think you've got a good 6 there that you look at for winning the state championship there. Junction City, Southside, Woodlawn, and Cutter, all there. And then again, you've got teams. Let's just go ahead and go down the list here. I really want to recognize. I want people to understand that. I want people to recognize that. Now, Ozark Mountain right now, their fans have got to be saying, what do we have to do to get in the top 10? Because boys or girls, right now, they're sitting at 25-6 right now, and not in the top 10 in either. Let's see here. Ozark Catholic, not there. Iser County sitting at 9-3 in their conference. They played a tough schedule. I think they're better than their record is at 13-11. As I told you before, Bay at 22-13. They're sitting at 12-4 in that conference. Buffalo Island also sitting at 12-4 in that conference. Riverside, 33 games so far this year.
That's
10-6. Rector 10-6. That right there. You want to talk about a brawl? You got 5 teams, and one of those teams not going to make the regional tournament. Rector, Riverside, Buffalo Island, Bay, and East Poinsett County. One of those teams, and I would say confidently, most likely, East Poinsett County is going to be the team that makes it.
Yeah.
So you got 4 spots, or 4 teams battling for 3 spots there. Hector, Mountainburg, sitting at the top. Mountainburg's at 20 wins, not in the top 10. That's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's tough, for sure. Mount Vernon and Enola sitting there. Are they still in the top 10? No, they fell out. They fell out of the top 10. 25-5 overall. They fell out of the top 10. Southside did jump in the top 10, even though they are behind them. They seem to be playing a little bit better right now, at least with the results that have been coming there. St. Joseph there. White County Central sitting at 4 spot in that conference. White County Central's a good basketball team.
Yep.
24-7 right now. I'm telling you guys, these state tournaments are going to be fun. They're going to be a lot of fun. Because a lot of times, and I say a lot of times, in our experience of doing the state tournaments, you have the first round games are usually you got 8 games in each bracket, and one of them is good, or 2 of them is good. I think you're going to have more than that this year.
Yeah, by a long shot.
Barton and England sitting at 15-1 apiece in their conferences. They have split. Barton's 24-4, England's 23-3. 2 unbelievable teams there. Palestine Wheatley sits at 10 wins in the conference, and I can tell you right now, Mariana Lee, 11-9. I promise you don't want to see them. There'll be a tough matchup. Cutter at 18-9. They're in this week's top 10. Foreman got to be one of the highest scoring teams in the state right now. They're 16-2 overall, not in the top 10. Junction, it really moved back up a little bit this week. Hampton, I think, is a team right now that I don't know if enough people are talking about. They're pretty good. Woodlawn, right there at 9, down at the bottom. They're also a 18-win team right now. So, I mean, it's good basketball. Good basketball going on down there.
Right now, it's pick your poison just about.
Yeah.
There's just – we said it time and time again, just so many good teams.
Man, we got a lot of comments going on right now.
1 and 2A state's going to be amazing.
Right. Let's look here. Kelton Jones, Mount Berg versus Mount Enola is going to be a good game. They play this Friday night. Okay, yeah, that's a good proving ground there. We've also got Aaron Lindsay says Bergman and Melbourne play tomorrow night in Bergman, a huge conference game. Determine who gets the 2 and who gets the 3. And then Chris Yount says Bergman's big man is going to have to sit tomorrow night. He got 2 technicals on Friday night. That is tough. That's tough. So Bergman and Melbourne going to be matching up. Yeah, that's a great matchup there. Mount Berg and Mount Vernon Enola. And that's two teams that don't match up very much at all. That's interesting. Real interesting matchup there. All right, let's move on to 3A girls.
There it is.
All right. So again, I had somebody email me and say, "Tell of the tape." All right, so let's just go down the tell of the tape. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have not been able to look at some of this. So I'm going to read the email, and I'm going to let people I'm going straight from the email. I'm going to go look at this and verify this on my own.
Luke Leonard, thanks for tuning in, buddy. The guy said he had to go. Had some comments.
Appreciate it.
Said WCC locked in at least a 3 down the tiebreaker over Southside and Conway St. Joe. So
there you go. All right.
Sorry about that.
Nope, it's good. So tell the tape between Greenland and Mountain View. Now, I think Greenland, Mountain View, and Dover are teams that you can look at. If I had to guess, one of the three are going to win the state tournament in 3A girls. Right now, Greenland and Mountain View are at least with identical records here. Let me go in here and look real quick. Make sure that I'm on top of this here, and I'm not lying to people, because that's the last thing I want to do is lie to people. Anyway, I am a sportscaster, not a politician. So Greenland sits at 25-3 right now. Mountain View sits at 25-3 right now. Now again, I'm going to go down the list of what I've given, and I'm going to verify this. This is what the email says. Greenland has 6 wins over teams with winning record in the weakest 3A conference, 3A1. Okay? Mountain View has 17 wins over winning teams, the toughest 3A conference. I can probably go with that. I mean, the 3A2 is definitely the toughest 3A girls conference.
It's reasonable.
Greenland has just 1 win over a team ranked in ASN top 10. That's Mansfield at number 10. 7 wins for Mountain View over ASN teams. You have 2 for Melbourne. Of course, they play in the conference with these teams. 7 for Bergman. 2 for Greers Ferry Westside. 2 against Greers Ferry Westside. No. 2 against Melbourne, 2 against Bergman, 1 against Greers Ferry Westside, 1 against Manila, and 1 against Nettleton.
Damn.
That's a good win.
Yeah.
Greenland lost big to Valonia, unranked Conway, and unranked Fayetteville. Losses to Valonia by 20. So Mountain View did lose to Valonia, common opponent. They lost by 20 versus Greenland lost by 33. Lost by Farmington at home by 30.
Everybody's losing Farmington.
Farmington's beating people by 100.
They just beat Alma 77-18, those girls.
And then the Greers Ferry Westside game they did lose by 14. So they've played Greers Ferry twice. They beat them once, and they've lost to them once.
That's fair. That's a tough out right there. We've seen that Westside Greers Ferry team play. They're good.
They are good. Versus other 5A schools, they beat Rogers, beat Harrison. That was Greenland. 5A beat Mountain View beat Lakeside, Russellville, and Nettleton. So, I mean, there's definitely a case there. So I'm going to take a look. I'm going to verify, and we'll go a little bit deeper into that. But again, I think you can take number 3 Dover at undefeated Dover right now. What is Dover right now? Dover has won like 60 bajillion out of their 60 bajillion and 1 games. The only loss that they've had in 2 years right now is the state finals last year.
Yeah.
They're 23-0 right now. Now, I will say they almost got clipped this week. Perryville, I watched a little bit of that game, and Perryville was down by like 14 with like 3 minutes to go, and they cut that lead, and it got it to within 1 possession. Dover made, I think, they missed some free throws. You know how the formula goes. You're down, team starts pressing you. You miss some free throws, they start making shots.
This girl got 10 losses in 3 years. The Dover team, 10 losses in 3 years. That is insane.
Yeah. Coach Williams, man, she's done a phenomenal job over there because they've had some talent that's come through there. They just haven't had as much success as they're having right now. She has taken them to the next level, no doubt about that. Anyway, so they're sitting at 23-0. I know. Listen, she's never said a word to me. I haven't had her message us. I haven't had her do anything. But I'll guarantee you she's brooding. She's saying, we're 23-0.
You know Duran's brooding.
And we're not number one. Me and Duran, we've had the conversation. He understands Mountain View is really good. Greenland is also really good. Anyway, we'll take a look at those.
It's just a shock not seeing Lamar in the top 10 this year. I mean, they've been as good as they've been the past couple years. And granted, they lost a lot, but, they're not even in it.
Right. Then we got Manila moving up. Manila's in the top 4 right now. Old Lucy Farmer over there. She's a junior. She's been lighting up the world since she started, and she's a ball player over there at Manila, and they've got a good bunch over there. It's a good girls basketball team over there. Episcopal, you're going to see a Dover Episcopal possible regional final, maybe Harding Academy. See, Harding Academy's not even in the top 10 right now, and you could see Harding Academy move up into that as well. It's going to be those regional semis over there are going to be a battle. Bald Knob's another team we saw. They're a pretty good ball team over there. That is going to be a good one. Duran's wanting to call in.
Of course.
All right. Well, he heard me talking about him. He's got to talk. All right. Hold on, Duran. Give me a minute here. Let me get hooked up. All right.
Sad.
I love it, man. I love it. I love the fact that he can call in, and I'm going to tell you, he can give me some, definitely give some knowledge about it. So
got Mike Scolarci just tuned in with us too. His son's a sophomore to Ozark.
This is a fun show. This is a fun show already. I'm going to see. This is totally live on the fly right now.
Hey.
All right, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it.
All right, just going to give you some.
Okay.
I heard Justin you talking about what I thought about the Greenland, Mountain View, and Dover 3. Me and you are in agreement for the most part on all that. Mountain View's really good. They had JC and Evie Cooper last year, who one was a freshman, one was a junior, I believe, and they left for Greenland, and that helped Greenland out. And Greenland already had a bevy of talent. That's taking Greenland to the next level. And to me, I knew the Aikens girls over at Mountain View were really good and going to be back. That's Aaron and Emma. Mm-hmm. Aaron being the younger, Emma being the senior. Aaron's just a sophomore now. Played so well in the state tournament last year. So I knew they'd still be really good. But losing the Cooper girls, you thought maybe they'd take a little bit of a step back or kind of stay semifinal where they were. And instead, they get a ninth grader to step up. Davis, what's her first name? It escapes me at the moment. I know it, but I cannot think of it right now. But it's Davis is her last name. And, of course, we have her in the ASN Classic up at Clinton that we had this year on January 3rd, and she goes off for 30 points as a freshman.
Right.
Yeah,
and she's long.
Nuts.
Yeah, and she's long and lanky like Aaron and Emma, not quite as long as those, but up there. I'd say she's a good 5'8", 5'9", minimum.
Addison Davis.
Ninth grader.
They've got her listed.
Say again?
Addison Davis. I've got her listed at
Addison.
6'1", and she plays wing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's that tall. Maybe she is, but
Oh, she was
I know.
tall.
What do they got?
She's at least 6 foot.
What do they got at Emma and Aaron? Because Emma was definitely taller than her.
Let's see here. Emma is at 5'9", and
Yeah, that's more.
Look, we're going to have to cut this short. We've lost viewers since you got on here, Duran. I'm sorry, buddy.
Right,
I'm just
right.
messing with you.
Sure. I know.
No.
But anyways, so Mountain View is just rolling. They're really good. And you were talking about they've got 7 wins against our top 10, and Greenland doesn't. That's the only thing. And I have not got to see Greenland in person yet. that's the only thing holding me back from saying that I'm not okay with both of those teams ahead of Dover right now, even though Dover's 23-0 and just playing. They just play so hard, and that's credit to Coach Williams. That is her mentality. When she came to Dover, and this isn't to put down anybody else that's ever been there before, but when she came to Dover, the difference immediately that you saw was how hard they played and the intensity. And she runs practices, from everything that I have gathered, like a college coach would. And, you'll see a lot of girls that are really good, outstanding high school basketball players, and they get to college, and it's just like, it's like a big fish from a small pond going to a really big lake now. And you see that the practices and just some of the stuff they tell you, it's just so hard because it's work. It's a job. It's a little bit of that, just high school fame has wore off, and now there's no time for playing. The coaches are going with you hard, and you're getting beat up and bruised, and you may not be playing a lot as a freshman in a lot of cases. And I feel like, she's got that mentality where you're going to lift weights, you're going to get strong. And that's a lot of thing with Dover when it comes to fans coming to town. They get mad about some of the foul calls, and it's on the road too. So it's not a home cooking thing for sure. But a lot of times you'll see a girl push off with their off arm. They're dribbling. They've got the ball. Dover's on defense. They'll push off, which is actually an offensive foul, but they will take the step back because the Dover girls are so strong. Even the smaller ones, they're just solid because of the work they put in. So Dover had a big win against Mayflower on Saturday. Mayflower, was really good, made it to the semifinals 2 years ago, had to rebuild last year. A lot of those girls' sisters that were on that team 2 years ago are now stepping up. And Chloe Whittington, and Kaylee Jo Francis, and Patience Webb. And those girls are talented. They got into some foul trouble the other day, but Patience Webb and Alyssa Grizzle, another one, two of their bigs that are post players and athletic, strong. And those were two girls that really matched it well against Dover because they were physical. And then Whittington, of course, went off I think she ended up with 23 points, hit a half-court shot at the end of the third, and, kind of do her best impression and even more in some ways of her sister, Riley, that's in, I think she's at Hendricks now. But Dover was able to get that win. It felt closer than it was, but Dover was able to keep about a 10 to 14-point lead that entire second half. And I think Mountain View cut it down to 8. Mayflower cut it down to 8 at one point. But it was a really good game. That game went to double overtime at Mayflower earlier this year at a 75-71 win for Dover. So, I think the rankings are where they should be right now. I would love to see Greenland in person. And, so I could tell you for sure, my opinion on them.
Yeah, we need to throw Dover in that mix and kind of get the tail of the tape because they are 23-0. They do have a win over Bentonville. I can say pretty certainly that the schedules don't match up for Dover and Mountain View especially. But we did definitely take a look. But, man, we got to get off here because we got to get through the rankings, man. But appreciate you joining in and throwing it up, man.
Well, Dover, Baptist Prep, big game on Tuesday at Baptist Prep. We'll have that game covered. And Baptist Prep is the only team mathematically alive that can still take the conference championship. Dover looking for back-to-back regular season.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Talk to you later.
See you, buddy.
Man. See ya. All right. So, Duran Miller, he's doing us, letting us know. And he is, when it comes to that, he is keeping up because he's a Dover play-by-play guy. And anyway, he's got a lot of knowledge there when it comes to that. But anyway, Episcopal, I think, is a team right now that you got to watch out for. They're 18-4 right now, undefeated in that conference. I think, let me think here. Episcopal is going to, if it all holds, of course, they got to play a district tournament. But if it was the way it was today, Dover and Harding Academy would play each other in the semis of the regional, and Episcopal would play either Mayflower or Baptist Prep. So Anyway.
3A boys.
Well, hold on. Let's go. I want to give you some of these teams that are not in the top 10 right now. Again, when I do these, I start noticing. Look at these records here. Elkins is a team, not a great overall record, 10-2 in their conference, though. A team that's made the state tournament the last 2 years. They're not in the top 10. You got Melbourne, Bergman, Valley, Salem. They're all in that same conference there, Mountain View as well. Salem's not in the top 10 for sure. At 18 and 11, they have a case, especially in the conference that they're in. Manila there in that conference. Charleston sitting at 17 and 3. They've spent a little time in our top 10. They're not in it right now. Baptist Prep, Mayflower, both not in the top 10. 18 and 5 and 16 and 6 overall. Prep at 18 and 5. Mayflower at 16 and 6. 11 and 2 is Prep. 11 and 3 is Mayflower in that conference. Harding Academy not in the top 10 right now. Bald Knob not in the top 10. Bald Knob's 16 and 5 right now. Not in the top 10. Falk is a team right now that for years we've known Falk to be a good team. They're 15 and 4 right now. Not in the top 10. And then Drew Central, they played McGee tough recently, but they're 15 and 9 overall. So anyway, let's move on to the boys.
There she blows.
All right. Newport stays at the top. Newport's a one-loss team. I think I was trying to think about them earlier today. And how many one-loss teams are there in the state? Not many. So they're sitting at like 25 and 1, I think. Let me see here. They're sitting at 28 and 1. I mean, they're balling over there in Newport right now.
Almost 30 games, 1 loss. That's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Only loss is to Osceola at Osceola. Then they've got Subiaco, Flippin, Paris, Lamar. Paris has just steadily moved up the rankings.
Yeah, they just keep getting better and better.
And I tell you, I don't think I expected that from Paris coming out of it. They set at 10 and 3 in their league. Lamar's 11 and 2 in their league. They had the win over Lamar. Lamar and Paris, I think, probably play each other this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Do shout out Paris though. Dan, she works in Paris, and those kids, they come into McDonald's all the time where she works at. And good group of kids over there. They got some pretty good, good athletes, but they're good kids. They never cause no problems. Go out, do their jobs, take care of business. That's all you can ask for from student athletes.
This is something about Scorebook Live, okay, that you go and look at these scores and they don't pop up. Paris fell to Lamar on Saturday.
Yeah, I did.
56-43. So guess what?
Flip them.
That's what we're about to do. We're going to flip them. So you're sitting here going live with us right now. But sometimes on Scorebook Live, it just doesn't pop up, or I actually have to go back and look at the team specifically. Like if I look at them and I think, man, that doesn't look correct. You know what I mean? They only played one game this week or whatever. Then I go back and
hey guys, we know Lamar beat Paris.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Yeah, we're about to fix it as soon as I can. Anyway, so we'll flip that. Lamar will be 5 and Paris will be 6. Drew Central comes in at 7. Riverview at 8. Riverview fell to Rosebud. I said this on the last show when we talked about rankings that you could probably take that 5 through 8, 9, and you could put them in any order. You may have to throw Melbourne in that as well. Melbourne is a team right now that I think is playing really good basketball right now. A team that didn't return a bunch from a team that went to the state finals, but I'm going to tell you, I would not want to see them come late into the tournaments because, man, when they got into – we watched them play at Flippin', and they didn't look great. I mean, they just didn't. They didn't look great.
No, they just looked like they were not all there, all ready to play. I mean, just honest to God.
They were okay. But anyway – So I never thought 1 second that we'd see them in the state finals. And sure enough, they played it, and they played really well. I sent that new one to you, by the way. Newport, Osceola, Flippin, Bergman, and Melbourne all in the same regional, right? Which means that one of those teams is not going to state tournament.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
Right? I mean, it's brutal. Last year, Bergman almost didn't make the state tournament. Rivercrest had them beat, and Bergman had a miraculous comeback toward the end and ended up coming back and winning that ball game. Anyway, it's a log jam there. I'm going to give you some teams here. Again, I feel like I want to do the due diligence here. Folks, I've got my never mind. Let me turn that back off here.
Who's bothering you?
Well, I get all kinds of phone calls, but I need to turn this Bluetooth off. See if I can get it released. Anyway, forget it. Teams that are not in the top 10 that could be West Fork at 19-9 right now. Elkins 16-10. Elkins is a team that is kind of like Melbourne. You don't want to see them in the state tournament. They play well down the stretch. Here they are again, playing really good ball. Providence Academy right now sitting at that top spot in that conference, though. 18-5 in that conference. 12-0. They're going to be matched up with that conference of Paris and Lamar and all of that. They're going to be matched up there. Let's see here. Flipping Bergman at 27-8, Melbourne at 19-6. Nothing new there. We got nothing new in that conference. Nothing there. Harmony Grove 19-7, not in the top 10. Mayflower was in the top 10. They dropped out. Jessieville sitting at 17-9, not in the top 10. Let's see here.
John said, no, we don't want to see Elkins in state.
Right.
You're right about that, buddy.
Right, the 2 years in a row there for them. Bismarck 14-6. Genoa 15-3, not in the top 10. And Lakeside, that's another one right there. You do not want to see Lakeside. Lakeside is playing really good basketball right now. They're playing like you do. I'm telling you, you don't want to see them. So, anyway, let's move on to 4A boys. You got another comment over there?
4A girls?
4A girls, yes.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Lamar boys play their A game. They will be a tough out for anyone. You're right. That's been the story with Lamar for, 3 years now?
Yeah.
And here we are. Well, let's see here.
I think I've seen the Lamar boys twice this year, and they're good.
Lengthy.
Long. They're a different team without Ben Noonan, leading them. But Kate Bowen doing a good job, and
man, it's crazy the amount of athletes that they have.
And I started having some stuff to do with Lamar. I guess my senior year at high school.
Yeah.
And then is when I noticed it. Every year they got somebody on that basketball court that can do it.
Yep.
Sometimes it's 2 or 3. I mean, Kay Bowen's mom, Ashley, she was a heck of a basketball player. I'm not sure if she was, I don't know about all state recognition, right. But 6'1" and can hoop. It's Lamar. They've always got somebody on the basketball court ready to go.
All right. So on the girls' side, Nashville won. Nashville looks like the cream of the crop in the 4A.
Yeah.
Pulaski Academy, though, I'm going to tell you right now, Becky Yarbrough over there is the head coach. I'm telling you, you're not going to she ain't going to roll over. I'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
Forest City right behind them. Forest City is a dangerous basketball team. Shiloh Christian gets the move up to 5. Heber Springs falls to 6 after the loss to Pulaski Academy. That one, I mean, it's one of those things that let me ask you, what do you think? And maybe some people can tell me in the comments. But, the rankings work to where if you lose, you fall, mm-hmm. right? But when you look at certain games, and they're like, I had one in 4A, I'll show you in just a minute, that should you drop a team just because they lose? I mean, Heber Springs lost to Pulaski Academy. They actually were down 1 with 4 minutes to go in that ball game.
Yeah.
And
I mean, how you drop them? I mean, it's the 2 and 6, and what was the final score? What, just a couple points?
Right.
Like,
but Shiloh Christian sits there. They deserve a chance to move up, right? I mean, it's kind of. I mean, it is definitely. You want to talk about? Well, I could do rankings.
Good luck, buddy.
Right. It's harder than you think it is. Pea Ridge right behind Heber. Pea Ridge playing really good basketball right now. South Side. We moved Warren up. Warren is 22-2 right now. I think they're going to be obviously going to be a tough out. They're 22-2, and DeQueen setting up in the top 10. I did not drop them out of the top 10, even though they got beat by Nashville. But I mean, it's Nashville.
Yeah.
So
they're the number 1 team for a reason.
All right, let's move on to
They're that
boys.
good.
Let's move on to the boys' rankings. All right, so we got.
You can have some unhappy people there.
Yeah. Right?
I can see it right now.
Okay, so here we go. So number 1, Mills stays at the top.
Yeah,
right?
they're the best right now.
So they
they're
beat.
the best in the state.
So here's the deal. They beat Eastham this week by 15. Do you know who else has played Mills by that much? Nobody. Not in class. So
Last year, Pottsville did it twice. That was it.
Eastham didn't move up. They didn't move down. Magnolia jumped Eastham. Magnolia has steadily moved up the rankings. Blytheville jumped Brooklyn because they've now beaten them twice. Shiloh Christian is solid 27-3, something like that. They're playing really good basketball there.
Yeah,
Pottsville.
grumble.
So here's the thing. So when I started looking at Pottsville and Ozark, Pottsville beat Ozark by 9 at Ozark. Pottsville loses to Ozark. They fall from the 6th spot to the 8th spot. They drop below Eastham. Magnolia jumps Eastham. Eastham loses.
Shiloh is 24-3.
Okay, I knew there was a 27 in there somewhere. Eastham loses, so they stay because they've played Mills as tough as anybody has. Mike Skolarski's got a face right now.
When I said somebody's not going to be happy, it was going to be him.
Okay, then Morrilton's done nothing to drop. So where are you at here with all that? Ozark beat Pottsville by 3 on their home floor. Pottsville beat Ozark by 9 on their home floor. Pottsville is now 19-3. Ozark is 22-4, I think.
Yeah, something like that. You know, I know Shiloh. You sit them at 24-3, but you know, then it goes, well, what does their schedule look like? How strong is their schedule? You know, they play who they got to play, but
right.
You know, yeah, their biggest games, they lost to Bentonville West. They lost to Little Rock Christian Academy. Farmington was 20-point loss. Lost by 2 to Mountain Home in a low-scoring game. At Flippin, oddly enough.
Courtney Ike apparently thinks that the rankings are funny. She's laughing.
Oh, Russell 3 said Pottsville beat Ozark by 7,
okay,
not 9.
well,
okay, whatever.
2-point difference, but still Pottsville still won the game.
Yeah,
by more at Ozark than Ozark beat Pottsville.
Which gives them the tiebreaker in the conference.
Okay, so again, tell me, when you're ranking teams, especially when you're talking about basketball, so because Ozark more recently beat Pottsville, do they deserve to be ahead of Pottsville, despite the fact that Pottsville beat them by more? This is, and I'm not just talking about Ozark and Pottsville. This is a down the line. You could go down and look at this and see this team beat this team. In fact, Lamar and Paris.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, does it mean that this team should be above this team because they beat them by a certain amount because it was Friday night instead of 2 weeks ago? Do we throw the baby out with the bathwater?
I think, yeah, you do. No.
Yeah.
The people, well, that's what everybody seems to expect is for us to do that. But I mean,
That's what I'm saying. People come in and say, "Well, I know more than you know." Well, do you? Do you really know? And I'm going to tell you, I have ties with both schools. I have a tie with Pottsville. I have a tie with Ozark. I put the Ozark Hillbilly purple on.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
It, but it's like Ozark 22-4, Pottsville 19-3. Ozark played a few more games, have lost one more. It pick from a hat. That's all we're. I mean,
Well, number one,
that's all you can do here.
You got a district tournament game that's going to be played. Good chance it could be those two. Dardanelle's going to have something to say about it.
Yeah, well, Dardanelle's going to need Rod Chatton back.
That's true.
Rod hasn't played since the loss to Pottsville at Dardanelle.
But then there's a regional that you may see the two meet up again. Shiloh's going to have a say in that for sure.
Yes, they will.
Prairie Grove's up there right now, probably going to have a say in that as well.
Yep, they got a good ball team.
So, I mean, you're talking about, again, when you talk about rankings, you're splitting hairs. And it's not just, what happened Friday night? It's not just that. It's what has happened the whole year. So, anyway, and again, let's go talk. Let's talk about who is it in the top 10 right now in the 4A. Let's see here. Berryville, 20-8, not in the top 10. Prairie Grove has got some pretty good wins, not in the top 10. Over Ozark, by the way.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Did you know that
Dardanelle not in the top 10?
This doesn't make any sense.
What?
They got boys basketball rankings, SB Live. They're just don't make no kind of sense whatsoever.
Look and see when that was updated, by the way.
They won't even tell me when it was.
Because the last I looked, there was an update on January 5th. Anyway, Robinson, not in the top 10, 17-8 overall. Fountain Lake, not in the top 10 right now, 19-5 overall. Let's see here. Nashville, not in the top 10 right now, 16-2. Star City, not in the top 10 at 16-7. I mean, some good teams that are not even getting mentioned in the top 10, and I'm sure that they think, well, we should be there too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anyway. So that's what we come up with.
Look, me and Brad both have a headache by the end of every week, a massive one.
100%.
Just trying to wrap our heads around what is basketball in this state.
I sit and look at these, and I think.
Till you go cross-eyed.
That's exactly right. That is true. I sit and look at them and think, golly, man, what do you do with this? So, anyway, I still think you got a bunch of good teams.
Yeah.
It's
all going to work itself out come tournament time.
Sure
The best teams are going to win. Best teams are going to move on. You survive in advance. We're almost there. We're a week away from survive in advance. That's it. And it's like I can't wait. District tournament. Right. It's a lot of fun. And I'm ready for state.
All right. Well, let's move on to 5A.
Let's get there. Yeah. Yeah, we're an hour and 12 minutes into this.
Anytime you're talking rankings, there has to be an explanation, right? I mean, you have to tell people why they're ranked in the top 10.
5A girls start with Farmington. They're just the best team in the state right now.
There's not a lot of argument about that one, right?
You can't argue that. They're so good.
Valonia, I mean, that top 5 is not moved in a month. Then you got Van Buren, Little Rock Christian, Nettleton, Valley View, and Greenbrier.
Yeah, Van Buren's been coming on pretty good here.
Van Buren's played well. Greenbrier took a big loss this week. Little Rock Christian is the one that moved up. Little Rock Christian has the Whitley Rogers girl. They played pretty well this week. And Valley View took a loss to Nettleton, so Nettleton jumped Valley View, and Greenbrier was the one that lost to Little Rock Christian. So, and I think, off the top of my head, I think it was about a 14-point loss. So, anyway, so that's how we came up with the 5A girls. Again, the 5A is almost boring because you got your top 5 that they're not losing. Nobody's losing out of that top 5.
They're not bored with it, I'll tell you that right now.
Van Buren also hadn't lost in a while, outside of, they play Farmington. I'm pretty sure the WNBA All-Stars right now are going to lose to Farmington, right?
Well, as long as Angel Reese is on the team, yeah.
All right, let's go on to 5A boys real quick. We may have to push the hog talk back.
Yeah. We forget to mention that the 5A rankings are sponsored by Russellville Nursing and Rehab Center. Appreciate them for what they do for us.
On the boys' side, it's the top 4 there that haven't moved a lot there. I think Farmington and Greene County Tech have switched spots. Parkview and Marion stay at the top. Parkview's winning big. They're winning some big games. I think they beat BB like 97-27 or 97-30 something, 97-32 maybe, something like that. Little Rock Christian coming back up. J.J. Andrews coming back up, so you got to watch out for them now. Valonia falls below them. Sheridan moves back in. Sheridan's solid. They got a solid record. They're let's see here. Sheridan. That's girls. I need boys here. Sheridan is like 18-6. 7-2 in the South right now. So good, solid. And then Alman Van Buren both lost to Farmington this week. I mean, basically the same thing on the boys' side, just about as the girls' side. Not a lot you can say about it.
Good to see Alma up in that top 10. Where I know Joe Potts is happy about that.
Well,
they've come on pretty good towards
Alma's,
the end of the season.
Alma's a good basketball team.
They
Ozark beat those guys, by the way.
Yeah, and there's a whole other can of worms because one of Pottsville's only losses was to Alma.
That's right.
But then Pottsville beat Lamar, which beat –
No. Ozark didn't.
No, Ozark didn't beat – I said Pottsville beat Lamar.
Yeah.
Ozark didn't.
Ozark didn't play Lamar, I don't think, have they? Maybe they have. Let me see.
No, they did. No, Ozark did beat Lamar 57-35 in a tournament. There
right.
it is. Sorry. I missed that. Ozark lost to Hector. That's who I saw. Hector, Parrish, and Pottsville and Prairie Grove.
Right.
It's, just could go either way.
I know that Hector one stings a little bit for them.
It does.
If you get them talking about it, they'll let you know real quick on that one. All right, that's the boys. Let's move on to 6A real quick. 4A is always tough. So many good athletes. You're right, Mr. Skolarski. I promise you, we're definitely not trying to slide anybody. I'll say that.
And I got a bird's eye view. I mean, I've seen it all for the past 3-4 years now. It's the 4A is so difficult to get out of the region.
We can't wait to be there for the state tournament. That's going to be a lot of fun. Courtney Ike. Courtney, are you married to Joe? I remember the Ike brothers. Anyway. North Little Rock Harbor, north side, those are, I think, maybe Bryant you could consider, but I think the top 3 there are your state title contenders there. Bryant, Bentonville, West, and Central, I get down to 6 in this league, and it's just like.
Yeah. Total teams are in the 6A anyways. Like, what, 20?
No, 16.
Oh.
16.
Close.
So it gets real mucky.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, sometimes you have to put people that have lost, and that's why we cut it to 6.
You don't want somebody with a losing record in your top 10.
Right. That's exactly why we cut it to 6 right there. And that bigger class also plays out of state more.
Yeah, they do.
It's a little bit tougher to play. The whole thing's a little bit tougher to rank, but that's why we cut it to 6. All right, let's move on to 6A boys real quick. That's my cousin, Courtney. Joe and Josh, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I went to school with them at Ozark.
6A boys, Bryant looking to go football and basketball state championship this year.
Right. Well, they did it last year.
They did last year, too.
I mean.
Bryant's programs are just so good right now.
They probably got a baseball one recently.
I wouldn't doubt it. Not at all.
You can't do the competitive equity on them because there ain't nowhere to move them.
No.
Bryant, North Little Rock. North Little Rock had the big jump this week. Fayetteville and Harbor both lost. Harbor beat Fayetteville, I think, and then Harbor lost. Bentonville West, maybe. Bentonville West lost to Fayetteville. Again, one of those triangles of just torture.
Yeah. Throw a bunch of golf tees in there,
Right.
see where they land.
And then Jonesboro at 6. Jonathan Schaefer says that 6A tournament's going to be wide open this year. Boy, I don't know if I agree with that. I really think, number one, Bryant seems to be on the boys' side. Fayetteville and Harbor could – I mean, North Little Rock, I guess, as well. But I think Fayetteville and Harbor might have more say about it. But Bryant seems to be the best. And then on the girls' side, I think those top three – I don't think anybody can win outside that top three. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before.
Like 5 times during the playoff football.
Yeah,
just 5.
Right. Let's see here. North Little Rock 22-3 overall in the girls. Bryant sitting at 17-6. Those two have not played each other in the conference yet. So they got to play each other twice
this week. Wow.
Harbor sitting at 11-0. Northside sitting at 10-1. Harbor's at 21-4. Northside's at 22-3. To me, when you look at that, I really think just kind of looking at how everybody has matched up with one another, that those top three are the best. I really think that's going to be on the girls' side. On the boys' side, Bryant seems to be the one that's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway. Anyway, that is our rankings.
Yay.
That is our rankings for this week. What is it, hour and 25 in?
Yeah, hour 20, right at it.
Hour 20 in. Anyway, I'll tell you what. Let's while we got them, let's talk about the Razorbacks real quick. Big win over Mississippi State, 20-point victory. The biggest thing for Arkansas right now, they got to figure out a way to play consistent defense.
Yeah.
They
struggled on the defensive side lately.
Will figure out a way to play consistently on the defensive end. I think they've got a chance to be pretty successful again. I really do.
We got some pretty good shot blockers. Brazil and Ewing, they do a pretty good job defending the rim.
Right.
But I mean, we need better and rebounding.
Right.
Rebounding's been down a little bit. I mean, no, we've done well, but rebounding's been down a little bit this past couple games.
Right.
And we got guys. They need to dominate the boards.
I did only watch bits and pieces of the game the other day. I was had a very
Saturday was busy.
Very busy weekend this weekend. I'm going to look real quick on the stats and kind of figure out what the stat situation looked like.
Acuff had 24 and 8 assists, and
yeah, I saw that. They had 4 in double figures. And one of the things that was interesting is that Knox sat.
Yeah.
He was out. Wagner was out. And the team seemed to be better.
They we got some help off the bench. What's his name?
Sealy.
Sealy came off the bench and had great minutes. He came out and played very well. I don't know if he had a turnover or not, but I mean he came out, did his job, did what he's asked to do, and that's all you can ask for the guy coming off the bench. He doesn't get a lot of time.
Big time kudos to John Calipari too for getting this team ready after the loss.
Yeah, he got them back. He got the heads back straight.
They out-rebounded Mississippi State 38-33. I know that's a big deal because Jans is a big toughness guy. Arkansas shot the ball really well, 52% from the field. Anytime you shoot the ball that well on the road, you give yourself a chance to win. Like I said, you had 4 in double figures. Thomas was 17. Richmond played well.
Yeah, he did.
14 points in 25 minutes, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 block shot. That's a great line. And then Acuff does what Acuff does, 24 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and a turnover. And then Brazil, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. So all around good game. Malik Ewan and Isaiah Sealy were the only other 2 that played. They played 7 guys the other day. And that's where Cal's philosophy comes back to bite him in the butt a little bit.
Does.
When you have sickness or injury or anything like that, you get real thin real quick.
You got to give those other guys some minutes so they're ready. That's how else they gonna if you have 2 injuries, you're screwed.
Right.
If you're only playing 7 guys.
And maybe
8 guys.
Sealy should play a little bit more. 6 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, a turnover, and 3 blocked shots.
Yeah. that's
really
awesome.
good.
Yeah, that's really good coming off the bench.
We had
getting up.
Had 9 blocked shots against Mississippi State. That's a big deal.
Yeah, we protected the rim pretty well.
So coming up, I want to ask you guys that are in the chat right now, how do you think Arkansas is going to do down the stretch here? So let me give you some of these games. You tell me what you think. 8-game stretch here. How many of you?
They're not going 2-6 like Sean thinks.
Yeah, no, we're not. Might go 4-4. I could see that. At LSU Tuesday night.
Yeah, we need to win that.
At home versus Auburn, definitely need to win that. That's a
Yeah,
revenge
that's a tough
game.
game.
At Alabama versus
Boy, that's gonna be
Missouri.
hard.
Versus Missouri versus A&M. At Florida versus Texas and at Missouri.
I'm only worried about the Bama and Florida games. Just truthfully speaking, those are I think the hardest 2 games left on the conference schedule.
Yeah, but you know what? Arkansas always finds a way to lose to a
Yeah.
LSU when they shouldn't.
Yeah. We gotta win that game.
So if
we took care of business here at Fayetteville, we gotta hold serve.
If you win that one, let's say you win that one and you win the Auburn game, you lose the Bama game, you beat Missouri and A&M, that puts you at 11-4 in conference.
We need to beat Missouri, A&M, and Texas.
And then
Texas, we're gonna win that game. They're one of the worst teams in the SEC right now.
you got to, if you could figure out a way to win one that you shouldn't, you give it 13 wins in the conference. I think you could get there, which would get them, I think, in the conversation for a 4 seed. I think I don't think it's a guarantee.
No.
And it seems like for some reason they seem to be on the bottom side. Like Joe Lunardi has Texas Tech, Vanderbilt ahead of them. Who else is it that
Vanderbilt ahead of them?
Like it does,
That
yeah.
don't make no sense.
It don't make a lick of sense.
What games have they been watching?
I don't know, man. It's really odd. Of course, here I am. I'm probably like a lot of these people that feel their way about their high school team. I'm like, what are you doing? Razorbacks should be higher than that, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm not that big of a homer.
Anyway.
That's nuts, though.
It is. It is.
How do you rank Vanderbilt over? Okay, whatever.
Well, here let me just see if I can find Joe Lunardi's last one, which they lost to Oklahoma at home, just the other day. So that's a tough one. Here, I'll have to do it on my phone here. Let me look here.
Manny
Real
King
quick.
saying nobody knows. Like Cal said, he has 2 teams and he's not sure which one will show up.
I really wish that one day we'd figure out a way because they're so talented. You know, they really are talented if you could get them all pulling in the right direction at the right time. So Lunardi's last bracketology. Now, I'll tell you right now, Lunardi is not the most accurate. But number one, Arkansas is not even listed in the top 5 seeds. They're listed as a 6. And ahead of them, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas Tech, all ahead of them between the 5 and the 6 seed line. I'm sorry, the 5 and the 4 seed line. Texas Tech is listed as the number 14 overall seed. Florida is a 3 seed right now, and that's the highest ranked SEC team. So Arkansas, Lunardi has Arkansas as a 6. I don't know. I feel like Arkansas should be at least a 5, but I can't sit here and put, in my opinion, you can't put Vanderbilt over them right now. You can't put Tennessee over them right now. That's my opinion. Nobody's asking me about that though. They're not saying, "Hey, Brad, what do you think?" If they were, I'd be like, "Yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong." Anyway, I think that's enough for today. Appreciate everybody joining us Brooklyn Boys is arguably the best team in the state, Zach Williams says. Zach, Blytheville's beaten them twice, buddy, and they beat them at home.
Yeah.
So is Blytheville the best team in the state?
It ain't no arguably. Mills is the best 4A team in the state right now. That's until somebody knocks them off. That's just how it is.
When you look at the in class, like when you see what Mills does to in class teams,
it's ridiculous.
It's really tough. It's really tough to argue.
Pottsville played them twice last year. Once at Hoops for Hunger tournament in Russellville, lost by 15. And then in the second round of state, Mills turned it up another notch and beat us by 20. So it there.
I mean, Mills'
until
record,
somebody knocks them off.
Mills' record not just overall crazy impressive. They lost 4 in a row. They were 1-4 to start the season. Those losses, twice to Bryant, who's probably the best team overall in the state. Once to Sylvan Hills, once to Benton. Those two teams.
Twice to Benton.
Well, I got one here, then twice. You're right. Benton. The last Benton game was a 4-point loss. Lost to Parkview by 2.
Lost to Conway twice.
Lost to Conway. That's their losses. When you look at who they've played in class, I mean, it's not close. They beat Pine Bluff by 42. Beat Forest City by 24, 23. Magnolia played them tough. That's the closest game in class that they played. 54-51. Nashville, Hall beat them they beat Hall by 8. They've beaten East End by 29 once and 15 once. I mean, it's not really close, but anyway. So I don't know, Zach. He said,
yeah, Blytheville beat or Brooklyn beat Blytheville by 10, and in one game.
Yeah, man.
And
we beat them at Blytheville by 12. What are we looking at here?
Or 11, I should say. No, that's SB Live.
Well,
or you can't trust the scores on SB Live.
Well, I also follow KAIT, and the last matchup was last week, and they beat them at home.
It says 43-40 on SB Live, but I don't know if that's
that is correct. That is correct.
So the first game was 56-65 Brooklyn.
No, it wasn't. It was 65-61 Blytheville.
Oh. I'm just saying that's just what SB Live says. You know,
now say that again.
SB
Live says.
Yeah, SB Live says Brooklyn beat them.
Brooklyn beat Blytheville.
Brooklyn beat Blytheville 56-65 on January 13th. That's what SB Live says.
Okay, that's right. That is right. That is right. But the most recent one, Blytheville won, and that's why they moved ahead of Brooklyn. And here I am telling about the most recent one.
Of course, Blytheville 21. What's Brooklyn sitting at? They're 20-5. So, I mean, they're dead even. They split. Brooklyn's
Calm
played one
down,
less
Zach.
game.
Calm down, buddy. We're looking it up, man. We only keep up with all of it, man. Sorry.
Yeah, there's how many basketball teams in the state that we have to go through trying to figure out who's the best?
Well, 100. It's ranking.
It doesn't matter if it's without your best player or not.
No,
that's the whole point. If he's not on the floor, it don't matter.
I got you. Well, there'll be other opportunities, right? I mean, that's just how it works. And they're ranked 3 and 4.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, Brooklyn's a good basketball team. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I mean, that's why they're ranked in the top 10. I mean, they're a good program.
They'll be a team that will definitely be. They'll be one of the contenders to make it the semifinals for sure. And if you're one of those, hey, buddy. All right. Bye, Zach. We'll see you later, man.
We're two imperfect people just trying to do something, bro.
All right.
If you think you can do it better,
right.
Come join us.
We'll fix that. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Y'all have a good day, folks. We'll see you next time.